So in order to start, the first thing that you do create a folder. Okay. So I don't know. Yay.
Oh.
Okay.
Usually I add, this is a trick. I always name the folders I create during live. So I'm sure that it's not like a test that I made. It's
so basically this is all recorded, right? So this is actually a fake GIF that just runs. So don't worry, folks. No, I'm joking.
Okay, yes. So this is okay.
Yay.
So I create a folder. I stepped to the folder. I'm sweating. And this is for a developer advocate. It's already a lot of work. No, I'm joking. Okay, and now by following the quick start, but since you're here, Matteo, I'll check. So to start a project, it's npm create Platformatic at latest.
Yes.
Right. So this, of course, unsurprisingly, will create a Platformatic on the latest version. When I say something very obvious, usually I add unsurprisingly, and I sound better. Okay, now we have this nice prompt, 0.19.2, which is the same on the docs, so the docs are also up to date. Which kind of project do you want to create? I would say DB, right?
Yes.
Where would you like to create the project? Here, the dot is here.
Yes.
Do you want to create default migrations?
What is a migration, Francesco?
A migration is basically an operation to interact with the DB.
To change the schema of the DB. So typically you want to change the schema of the DB to get things out. So.
Okay, nice. Do you want to create a plugin?
Yes, we want a plugin.
Okay. TypeScript? No, because I said JavaScript in the tweet, so we will write JavaScript code.
If it was TypeScript, come on. And then you need to run npm install, yeah, man.
And then we run npm install. Perfect, Matteo. Do you want to apply migrations?
Yes, we do. We want to change our database now.
Do you want to generate types?
Yes, we do. We want the types, yes. Nice. And, we don't want to use TypeScript, but what we like about TypeScript is the auto-completion, so we just generate the types. And we are not going to deploy to Platformatic Cloud in this video.
Exactly.
We are mostly because it's there's a little bit of secrets involved, and there is another very good tutorial from that I'm going to post as a link now over here, so that you can in the chat, so you don't need to. So it's covered there, so it's great.
Oh, nice. Put it here in the private chat because I don't know if you can post the links.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Do you want to create a GitHub action? So this is no. Create a GitHub action to deploy this application on a cloud static workspace? No. So the goal of this live stream is to start from the basics, you can say.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So this is the idea. Not that it can't be done, but to be honest, I like to understand, not just to use the full-fledged version. I want to understand the minimal things that we can do. By the way, hi Matteo.
Yay.
Perfect, Matteo. Okay, nice. All done. Please open the project directory. It also says, oh, please. So I like this. So let's open the project with any IDE that you want. In my case, I will say VS Code with WSL, and I should also have my extensions installed because this is a separate environment. Nice. Okay.
So when we were chatting, did you configure Copilot in WSL, right? This is all.
We should have it. Otherwise, I would be doomed.
You would be doomed. Okay. So the AI robots have taken over yourself. Okay.
Yes. So we can finally relax. I can't wait. Finally, I can relax. Okay. So we are in this project and we have some files, but to be completely honest, since now I'm used, since I'm doing these REST APIs in different languages. So when you try Django, PHP, the number of files of JavaScript, they always seem very few. So it's
this is nothing, by the way. So we have very little stuff. So the important part here is the platformatic.db.json file.
Yes, let's take a look at this because usually it's something that where like there is some logic, we can say. So maybe here I can ask maybe for more your help. So where is this file platformatic.db.json, and I see here some stuff.
Yes. So this is actually pretty nice. So you see at the top it has a dollar schema, which essentially tell VS Code where to download the schema for this file. So you have auto completion when when editing this configuration. It's great. Okay.
Nice.
Then you can have. Then we have the definition of the server. So the Platformatic DB will start a server. So you can say which host you want to open up your port on and which port you want to be open. You want to configure the logger level for the logger. Platformatic DB is built on top of Fastify and Pino, which are technologies that I developed a few years back.
There is a question that I think that you know the answer.
Pierre, Platformatic DB can be integrated into a Fastify project. Yes, absolutely. You could. It technically is just a bunch of Fastify plugins. So you could just use them directly without having to use our stuff, our daemon. I am going to put a few links in the chat, so you can find it on our docs, and I'm going to put a few links in the chat.
Yeah, put them in the private, or I can make you a moderator.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, I can, or if you can make me a moderator, otherwise it's fine.
Maybe I think it takes a while.
Yeah, okay, no worries.
Okay, next time, the third time that you come on my channel, you become a moderator. But,
Cool. This is one.
So this is the definition. Nice. If you're doing the demo now with me, just drop it in the chat. Yes, you can. You can pronounce my name in Italian.
Yeah.
Piero. Okay. And this is the other one. Amazing. Perfect. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's go back here. So we have, okay. So as you said, we have the server here.
Yeah.
Then we have the DB, which is as just the database.
These are the connection string. Okay. And between the braces, you can see that the brackets, you can see that we have environment variables. So everything gets substituted automatically.
Yes. Migrations, it has a directory, which I think this is why we say the yes. So it creates
this directory,
some stuff,
and then it shows where we put our plugin. Plugin is just a Fastify plugin. So we will go through that in a second and what that means. It's great. Okay,
let's see. And types how to generate true.
Yeah,
perfect. So basically we did nothing. We just opened this with so
and,
basically this is
so by default this creates a Platformatic is connected to a SQLite file, so it's great. Okay, and yes, and so you can see, take a look at the .m file.
.m file.
It contains the information that you would expect. So we have a db.sql, which is our SQLite database. We have our logger level, we have our port, and we have our host. So now let's try these out, okay? So we have seen that we have a migration.
Here we have this migration, but maybe we can start the project first.
Yes, let's start the project. So let's start the project.
I want to see how it looks. So
npx plt db and start. Here you go. Cool. Open that URL.
Kind of fast, we can say. It's immediate for sure compared to Java. So this is sorry, Java folks. Okay, so we have this website, and so it's very simple. Welcome to Platformatic DB. There is the logo, and there are 3 links. So let's explore them. We have this documentation, which opens another tab, and
it's what you would expect. Okay.
There's also this cool guy here.
Yeah.
And let's see these other 2, Matteo. So we have OpenAPI documentation and GraphQL. Which one would you like to start?
Let's start. So let's start with OpenAPI, or other people will say REST routes. So let's start with that. So
So let's see. And so I don't know if you're familiar with this, but this looks very familiar to me. And we have these, let's say,
So as you can
test endpoints. Yeah.
As you can see, we have created. We had a few. Our migration created a movies table, and that table, it was automatically mapped into a /movies route. And we have the guest, the get, the post, the put, and the delete over there, all available.
Nice.
So let's try saving something. So maybe let's do a post here. So if you go to click on the post,
for example,
post movies,
we can click here. We have these with the example and application.
You can click try it out. You can try it out.
At the top right here, there is this try out. As you can see, I have a mouse cursor, so this helps in the live streams.
Yeah.
And okay, so in here we have we can put a body. I don't know if you can have to put the ID or not.
No, you should remove the ID.
It should be auto incremented by the DB.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we need the title of a movie, Avatar 2.
Oh, Avatar 2.
To see that this is up to date, this video. It's not even more up to date. The 3 months already passed. So let's execute. And this has been already executed?
Scroll down. You got a response body. Okay. Scroll down. You see it has ID 1 and Avatar 2.
Perfect. We see ID 1 and title Avatar 2.
So now if you got the top, you can try getting all the movies. Scroll up.
Okay.
Scroll up.
Maybe. Okay. Get the movies.
Yeah, you can try that out. And you can see you can do a lot of filtering here if you want to.
Let's see. So we have filtering, but I think
you need to put the click on try it out at the top to enable the filter.
Yes, you're right. I don't know why the button is so far, but okay. So yeah, we can put limits, but in this case, so we have just this. So I would say this should be like the get all. Let's execute it, and we have, as you can see, it's not an object, but it's a JSON array. Do each one with one object. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a bit lonely, but I mean, this is like a bare minimum just to have.
Look, it's one object. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Nice. Okay, and here we can try this, but I would say this is just to give you.
Francesco, somebody was saying that they can see your cursor, so for some reason.
Let me see. What's the issue? I need the name. 1 second. Let me remove. Strange. No. And then let me stop the screen. Present, share screen, entire screen. It should be available. So this. Okay. You can't see this, but I can see it. Let me check. If you see it. No, I can see it on the live stream. To be honest, I see 2 cursors. I see them on the live stream. There's also a little bug. It's a joke. Okay. Never do these jokes because I get anxious.
Okay.
Nice. You got me. No, there is a bug that you see 2 cursors. If you see, there is one very small one and a big one. So, okay. Nice. Okay. So, Open API documentation. Do we want to add a couple of more movies?
No, let's open up GraphQL.
Okay, nice. Now things are getting interesting because now we want to check this out.
Yes, we'll watch later about subscriptions. So first of all, what you can do, go open the
no, what did I click?
No, you clicked the wrong one. Plus, click the plus.
Okay, nice. And so, so basically now we can make a query to check the information. So let's see.
So you can, for example, scroll for movies.
Let's say movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Movies.
And
you can open brackets. Yes.
Syntax like this. This auto completion, it's amazing here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bam. Let me make a bigger. Can you see it? It's just here. Okay. So here you can see this data. And and I like this. So maybe we want to show that we are not cheating, and maybe use, I don't know, like Postman, using maybe a get request.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. But I see people really like this, that like using different tools. That it's not like something that we created inside like Platformatic, something like magic, but it's like we created this in DB. So okay. And I think this should be because I made one test. So I think I don't know if the URL is always the same. It should be. So if I do a create request here, yes, I get it. There we go. Perfect. Nice. So as you can see, there is consistency, and here in Postman, you can do this get request / movies. Maybe we can add another title here. Maybe we can try to make a post request. I think the URL is the same. So if we make this post request from here, we should be able to create another movie.
The Postman is a new member of the
Postman. The Postman, yeah, I think it's also a movie.
Yeah.
Should be. Okay, nice. And as you can see, I did 2. So if now I go back and I rerun this.
Oh, there are 2 there. Come on.
See, there is consistency. Perfect. I like this. Perfect. So this was the first demo. So at least I didn't fail on this one. Now, Matteo, let's do stuff. Let's do stuff here. Like, suggest me something that we might do.
Something that it's very powerful for in Platformatic is start creating, adding more. Is the concept of relations between different tables in SQL, right? Otherwise, they're just pretty empty. So if you don't do relations in SQL, it's not great. So in order to generate a new migration in the chat, we do Platformatic, npx, plt, db, migration, create.
You don't want me to type SQL commands in a live stream, right?
Of course I will. You will see how we're creating it.
I hope that GitHub Copilot works. I never hoped that GitHub Copilot worked.
Now, go there. If you go...
Okay, so if before we had 001.do, by doing this command, we created basically the migration 002. I'm kind of confident if I do this again, I have a 003.
We can sum one integer with another, okay?
Yes, exactly. Okay, we can do as many migrations as we want. Now, we need to write SQL 3, which I don't know really what the syntax, but let's see.
So basically, you do if you do slash minus because there's a comment in SQL, and then you do create a quotes table.
Quotes
table,
please.
Yes. Okay, great.
Okay, this is nice. Nice for me and for my life.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is creating a table. The problem is the syntax because it's very clear what it's doing.
It's not correct. Serial is not correct. Serial is a Postgres thing, and we need integer instead.
Okay, so this is not which one? This
so the line 3
ID
integer. Yeah, we want the same self-incrementing thing.
Yeah, let me check maybe here. Yeah, this is an integer. Okay, so GitHub Copilot failed us. Probably there was another option. And what about this? Can we remove this?
You can just remove it. I don't know why. Because it thinks we are in Markdown for whatever reason. And then we want to add a reference from the quotes table to the movies table. So, and you add a comma, and you do movie ID, integer not null.
Yeah,
that's
so
correct.
We can do movie ID. Not null,
but you need to add references. Movies, perfect.
Reference movie ID.
I would just remove on delete cascade.
So. We'll not remove tables because it's not.
Let's not do that. Okay.
Okay. Great. So basically, we created a.
You need to remove the comma at the end.
Comma at the end. Perfect. Nice. Okay. So we created the migration, but this is not enough, right, Matteo?
No, we need to apply this migration.
This migration. So we need to tell the system that to run basically this SQL command. So to do this, if you can see it, and I think the command should be
apply.
This is migration create. maybe apply is enough because it applies all the migrations.
It applies all the migration. Yeah.
I think it's enough. They are free. We're not paying for migrations. So let's try to do this apply. Okay. And it did something here in the response. It did something. So it seems that it applied the migrations. Now, to check this, we should go back on the website.
Yes. Of course.
So let's
you
go back.
see that it restarted the project, okay?
Yes.
So if it automatically reloaded. So you apply the migration, it automatically reloads. So if you go and open up, you need to refresh these pages, unfortunately.
Let's go with GraphQL or OpenAI.
Yeah, let's go with GraphQL.
OpenAI.
So you refresh this. And now if you open the drawer at the top, in the top left corner, there is the docs thing on the top left corner.
On the top left, okay.
And open click on query. Now you can see that we also have the quote stuff automatically created for us. So if you open up another mini table, mini tab inside the graphical thingy.
Mini tab. So this is the tab, this is the mini tab. Okay. Nice.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know how to call that. If you have a better name,
no, it's perfect. Mini tab. I think it should be a standard. I think. So okay, nice. So what can you do now? Make a query to check them, but
you do mutation.
So a mutation is basically to make some changes in the DB for the GraphQL.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so let's write this mutation. Basically, the mutation is the same as doing the post request, let's say, more or less.
Yes,
to have an idea.
it's a post.
So
it's a post request. Yeah.
The final result, it will be the same. Okay, so the mutation should be save quote.
Save quote, exactly.
Save quote. Okay. Nice. Save quote, and here parentheses.
You want to open a parenthesis and then type input colon.
So it's this because we have to put an input, and then
you open up braces.
Like
okay,
this,
and then in there you want to specify the quote and the author.
Perfect.
So I don't know who said that what in an Avatar 2. I didn't watch the movie, and I really don't want the spoiler. So
let's see. We need a quote from Avatar 2 if you have it.
If you have it,
I see you. I see you.
I see. Okay, that's good.
Oh, I'm prepared.
Okay, and then Avatar 2. In Avatar 2. Who else said this quote? Let's call it Jake. Or Jake said the quote. I don't know.
Wait, how?
No, maybe it's not Jake. It's Neytiri. Let me check.
Yes.
Avatar 2. I see you. Okay.
It's a crucial part of the live stream.
I think so. Yeah. It's. Let's see. It's who says I see you. Everybody. Okay.
Everybody.
It's
okay.
Everybody.
Yes.
So put author. Put everybody.
Okay. Author. So we have the author.
Yeah.
Author. This is everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we have quote, and then we should also say which one is the movie ID.
And we need to set the movie ID. And the movie ID was 1, I think, because we didn't have
movie. No.
Yeah. Input to colon. You forgot a colon, otherwise it won't. You want autocomplete.
Now it's happy. It's happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colon 1.
The ID. It was 1 because it started by 1.
And now it's still unhappy because you specified the return type. So you can open up braces and then we want the ID and the quote and the author. But look, we can also specify a movie. So let's ask back the movie. So let's add the movie and open braces in the movie.
Open braces in the movie.
And you specify the ID and the title of the movie. Oh wow! Look at it; it's completely recursive. If you press play now,
let's see. Bam!
Whoa! It gets all the data that we needed, and also the stuff internally. So let's try getting all the movies with GraphQL. So if you go back in one of the other mini tabs,
I think we already had this.
yes, here we can add quotes.
Here, no, wait, like this.
Yes,
No?
and you need to open braces.
Because we need to specify.
For example, we want the ID and the quote and the author.
Yeah. We created a quotes with a quote field.
Yeah,
this is
look,
illegal.
this is a mistake. We should
It's
have called
illegal.
that text. Whatever.
It's illegal. It's illegal, but it's okay. Okay, so.
Okay, and we
It
can
is
run
enough,
this.
huh?
Yes, running this. And as you can see, you can close the drawer on the left, so you can close the docs side if you can close the docs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, a little bit better.
Nice.
So,
data.
Yeah.
And we have this with all the movies. ID 1. And we also have this lonely.
The lonely guy. Yeah.
But it's also it has quotes with an empty array. So at
of
least
course,
it
because
didn't
there's no
crash.
quotes.
So
Yes.
this is good. Nice. This is a
Now
lot.
go back in the Open API in the Swagger UI.
Open
The tab on the right, the further tab on the right. Yeah, okay. Now, if you can scroll it, you see that we have, for example, you've created a nice route called /movies /ID/quotes.
Yes. Movies /ID/quotes. Try it out. Require.
And you need to specify
ID.
one, for example. You need to put the one over there. Yeah.
One. Execute.
And then you see the quotes for avatar.
And again, we are a bit lazy, but think putting 3, 4, 10. You can try it out, but here our goal is to be as lazy as possible to show you as many things as possible. So we created just one, but this is an array. You can create multiple. As you can see, for example, we don't have the quotes for the Postman movie film, which is it's okay. Nice. Teo. This is cool. This is cool.
So we have a backend, right?
Nice.
Well, we can actually do more. Okay. So
I'm just warming up.
So we can actually do a lot more things here. So for example, let's see how you can use, for example, the power of WebSockets. Okay. So what you do is you go back into the graphical, into graphical.
Okay. Okay. So we're not writing code.
Sorry, I forgot something.
No, I don't know if maybe we wanted to add to show the plugins.
Yes. Actually, that would be cool. A cool feature. Cool. So what we can do now is we can add a new routes here. So if you go,
because you say that there is a plugin.js file. Now I want to. I say that I will write a JavaScript file, JavaScript code. We have 43 minutes. It didn't start.
I would say so. Okay. So in here you do the plugin.js file. Okay. What is this about?
Let's see.
Plugin.js is actually a Fastify plugin. So all of Platformatic is built on top of Fastify. So you can actually use all the Fastify plugins to do all the things.
Eddie, you made it.
Hey.
Are you familiar with Platformatic? You should.
You should check it out, okay, man? You should definitely check it out, okay?
Nice.
So, what do you do in here? So in here you can do all the power of Fastify, but to customize your Platformatic DB instance. So essentially, you can, inside those braces, you can put whatever you want. We also support ESM syntax if you prefer. So inside those braces, you can put, for example, app. That's that one. That's fine. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. This is very basic. I don't know if we want to.
Yeah. Let's call it hello /hello. Hello. Yes. Save this file.
This is okay. Return hello world.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Save this file.
Okay.
Now, if you go back into your Open API definition and you reload this,
let's see. I have to
reload. You need to reload. I don't think you have a command error this.
Let's see.
You should reload.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. And if you go at the bottom, you will see that now we have an hello and a low route being automatically added.
Nice. So this has been inserted inside, let's say, the Open API testing routes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And this is very simple, but I mean, this is the logic is up to you. The logic is up to you. We are just showcasing that you can do stuff.
Yes,
So,
here.
slash
Yes.
hello, you have this. Get
You can
response.
also define your schemas and put everything. We'll probably show it later on in the video. So
Yes.
if we have a little bit more time, we can keep going and we can add those things. But right now, let's keep going because this is pretty cool. So what is fun though is that now this is just a very simple route. Okay. Let's say that we want, for example, create a route to return all the titles of our movies. So what we do, we can do, for example, app.get and then open parentheses, and then you do, for example, /titles. You need a slash at the top. Like it will work without, but
yes,
I'm sorry. My OCD will be get very upset if
and I think the structure is very similar. So we will have
the same thing. Yes.
Function. An asynchronous function. I don't know.
Let's go. Keep going.
I like this. It says like return.
And then you need to close you need to close in line 14. You need to close the parentheses. Yeah. Okay. Now those titles are fake. We want the titles from our actual movies.
Yeah.
So what in order to do that, we do, for example, const titles.
Const. Find the movies first.
Oh, movies. Sorry, const movies. You're right, Francesco. So movies, and then you could do equals await.
Okay, I don't think it's Mongo. Okay, so
I don't think it's Mongo. And now you do app.platformatic.
Platformatic.
Oh, no, you see that there is auto-completion. Okay,
there is.
Click auto-completion.
Let's go.
And then you can do .entities.
.entities.
Look. Okay. And then dot
movie. I have movie and quote. Movie.
Dot.
We have find.
Yes.
Find.
And that's it. Then we want to return those titles. Okay. So we can do const titles.
And now it's const.
That's fine.
This is very smart. I know that this is very smart. Maybe we can just return.
We can just return that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And you need to remove. Yeah. Ooh. Nice. I would just remove the titles equal. It hurts me. See, seeing titles equal hurts me quite a lot. Return titles equals hurts me. Hurts my head. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Nice.
And you can save this.
Saved. It's saved.
Now you can go back into our Open API.
Very cool. Let's go. Now, but now I want to see. I trust no one. Just have to find the link because I think it's this one. Okay. So we have this. So
you just need to reload.
Reload because this is.
There's no auto reload for these pages. So if you scroll down, titles.
We have titles.
And if you execute it, try it out.
I hate this button is on the right.
Look.
Nice. Check it out. Nice. So we have all the titles of all the movies.
Yes.
Okay.
What we could do, if you go back into your code, just to answer one of the question of Pierre, instead, if you comment out line 11, okay.
Comment out line 11.
Okay. You can do const movies. Await.
Movies.
Await app.platformatic.
App.platformatic.
.db.
Okay.
Sorry. Do something that's different. On the line above, create an empty line before this one, and do const open braces db. Open braces. Yes, and then put the movies. Movies.
Movies.
Yeah.
It's GitHub Copilot default.
Yeah, and we don't want that. Don't do that.
Where no,
We don't. Let's not
select
do the
star.
where. Yeah, let's not do the where. Let's just close it and yeah.
Maybe we need to semicolon.
No. Put a semicolon at the end.
It
But I
will
don't
be
think
added automatically. I don't know.
I don't find it's fine. Just try save and let's try and see.
Let's see if it does work.
Yeah, or if it crashes badly. I don't know.
Let's see.
Okay, you can scroll on top. Yeah, you didn't need to refresh that. Try it out.
Maybe. Try it out.
And execute.
Okay. Do you
Still
trust
works.
us or do you want us to change it? But I think that it is because it saved the file and it auto reloaded. So
Yeah.
you're not cheating. Okay. You might change this maybe with titles. I don't know. It's okay. Nice. Perfect.
Cool. So we showed also to do how to use custom SQL queries in there. And if you want something very custom, I would recommend you to use custom SQL queries because you can use all your indexes. You can write them in the best possible way.
Yeah,
and
maybe...
SQL is not hard. So learn SQL if you're going to use a SQL database.
Yes. Or maybe you have a query that you know it works, you have to run exactly that, or maybe it's optimized. I don't know. There are many reasons why at some point we have some SQL queries in our project.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Okay, cool. This is actually very nice. Okay. Now let's try to do the same, but by using GraphQL. Okay.
Okay.
So in the same file, after line 19, you could do app.graphql.
App.GraphQL. We have
of course. Dot extend schema. Yeah, that one.
Schema.
Yeah, and Copilot is right now.
This.
And then you can do extend type query. Copilot is very happy for us.
Query.
Go down, invite, and let's see a low string. Let's put it low. Let's do a low word. Okay, that's fine. Close the brace and then close the tick and close the parentheses. Cool.
Okay.
Now
Nice.
we have added the schema, but we also need to add the resolver for that. So we do app.graphql, define resolver.
App.graphql
define resolver. Yeah, and you open it up. Yeah, as you can see.
Nice. And
query.
And then basically we need to define, but the query for this one. So
yes,
just the
yeah,
hello.
for that one, and that's fine. Hello world. Let's put it like that. It's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Close the brace.
The parentheses. Another parenthesis.
And this
no,
another
it's
yeah,
this.
you were wrong one. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So okay. Nice. Because when you put closing parentheses, GitHub Copilot stops. Okay. Nice. Okay. So we extended the schema and we defined the other resolver for the GraphQL part.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Nice. Now maybe we can try it out.
Now we can try it. Let's go and add to GraphiQL and let's run it.
So let's go on GraphiQL. What is this here? Maybe need to put something at here. I go here. It's okay. Okay. Nice. So we extended the schema. Okay. And we had the hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Like this. Hello.
Yeah. No, there is not an object. It's just a string. It's not an object.
Like
yeah,
this.
you can just run it.
Done.
Just worked, man. It just works.
Nice. So
you can build your backends. Okay, it's very easy.
Yes.
Nice. Let's show you some more different stuff. So let's see how the whole how subscription works. So what you can do. A few more things. Sorry. If you go back into the original query with the movies,
query with the movies.
This one. Yeah.
No.
This one. Yeah.
No,
not this one. Okay. Sorry. Go back where you were. Where you were is fine. Okay. If you go where you were here, you can just after hello, you could press enter and then add movies, for example. And then,
Got it.
okay, now you can put the, for
ID.
example, if you want the ID and you need to open up another parenthesis, another brace, and say if you want, sorry, colon, ed colon.
Colon.
Yeah.
And then
open braces.
this one.
And then you need to put, for example, EQ. Or no, EQ, like equal, EQ. Yeah, that one.
Equal.
Colon 1, for example.
Colon 1.
And then you run it.
This
It's fine. That's fine. Keep it going.
So we run this.
And now you have filtered it.
Okay, so we can basically define some specific queries, let's say. And as you can see, GraphQL doesn't really care about all of these. We can return hello world and then movies. Basically, I don't know, because maybe you want to say hello to the person who booked the movie in different languages. I don't know. So this might make sense. Nice. Perfect.
Cool. Yeah. So something that's very useful that was on the chat from Tommaso. It's how does Platformatic resolve the 1+n problem? If I would like to fetch all the movies with related objects, how many queries made under the hood? And the answer to that question is that Platformatic internally uses data loaders and the data loader pattern, and this means that it only does the query, which is the maximum depth of your query that you are specifying on GraphQL. So there is no, it's very limited, and it's actually very very fast out of the box.
Nice, amazing, perfect,
cool. So
something
the
else?
other thing is let's go and check out the WebSockets. Do you like WebSockets, Francesco?
I haven't used them in a while, but we can try.
Okay, let's do WebSockets. So what we do here, in order to use WebSocket, we use something called GraphQL subscriptions, which is part of the GraphQL set of specifications. So you can go in that tab. It's that mini tab, I think. The one at the top, I think, is the first one. Well,
okay.
So you do a subscription. You open a subscription. Yay. And you do, for example, and you open braces, and then and then you do the, for example, quote say. Let's save a quote now. Okay, let me give you a quote from the Postman. Okay.
Okay.
And let's get a quote from the Postman. Okay. So and then you want to open up braces, and you want, for example, the ID, the quote, and the offer.
The quote of the quotes, and
that's fine. Okay, and then you can press play. Say, yay. Okay, now you see spinning. So the WebSocket connection is up and running, and it's over there going. Now,
so
if you
this is
open
correct.
up,
This is correct.
This is correct. Yes. So if you go in Swagger UI.
So we have this open. We go on Swagger UI.
Yeah, and you scroll down and you go into a post of a quote. At the post quotes.
Of the
the ones at the bottom. Yeah, let's add a new quote, okay? Yeah. And to add a new quote, you need to specify some values, and we want to remove that thing. Okay, the ID we don't want to set.
We don't need it.
But we want the movie. The movie we want to set. We want to set it for the Postman. So we set ID 2, if you will remember.
Yeah,
okay, and then you need to set the quote. And the quotes from the Postman are, it's for one is, I know you, you are famous.
I know you?
Dot, you are famous.
You are famous.
There's a famous quote from the Postman, apparently, according to IMDb.
Execute. Bam.
Now you have executed, and it has returned the things.
Movie D2. This is the ID of the quote.
Yeah. And then if you go back into GraphiQL.
Don't laugh. Into GraphiQL. Oh, this is what we want to see.